Right. I can't find the exact piece, but I shall have a play with this one, which is similar.
Yeah.
Because I like the darkness of this one, so I'm going to cut this one out and use the stencil with it. And it is nice that you get on some of the papers, you get that stencil element.
Yeah. And
so
it's the same
all
pattern.
consistent. Yeah. Yes.
It's very elegant.
It is, yes. Yeah. So obviously you can use this with all sorts of pastes and you know, textural mediums and things. I've got more of a plaster here.
Okay.
Because I think this is slightly sort of runnier.
Oh, I see. And do you like it runnier?
Well, look, I kind of find it's different. You kind of almost settles down once you've taken this off. Yeah. So it almost goes a little bit sort of bulbous and smooth.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, you can experiment with all different ones. I like the fact that the stencils come in with a hole at the top, so you can keep, you know, collect them and keep them all together. Yeah. I have a little water bath under there.
Perfect, yeah.
But I'm going to tuck that in because you do need to wash it off straight away. So I don't know if you can see it's sort of gone a bit sort of round, but that's not brilliant there. Okay, when I've gone that far, what I'd like to do is to bring in some extra colour, which you can obviously do as well. I want to sort of brighten it up very slightly. So I've got some seedless preserves here.
And that's a beautiful purple with that. It's a rich aubergine.
Yeah, you can sort of brighten things up.
And the papers are matte, right? So they will absorb the ink well.
Yes, definitely. Definitely, lots of, you know, pens as well and all sorts that you can add on to this. So I'm just adding some colour around the edges, and it kind of draws your eye in as well, doesn't it? Yeah. And I do kind of like the sort of vintage sort of look as well. So what I'm going to do...
For those ones who don't know, have you been crafting forever?
All my life,
oh,
yeah. Haven't I, Mum?
Oh,
ever since I could like hold a pair of scissors, yes. Yeah, I've done all sorts of crafting as well, but paper crafting, I just love it. I think it's the little designs that you can do. You can design quickly, can't you, with a card? Yeah. So I'm going to just distress the edge. This is the one that's dried that I can now work with. So I'm just going to use the scissors to distress the edge. The paper's got a white core, which is nice because then I've got this white edge to it as well.
I see.
Just going to do that with it. Make a bit of a mess. Put that over there. And then we can play with the chipboards as well. So I've got this one that I've started playing with, and then just simply with your craft knife you can just press down on the tabs and they come out very easily. And I love the fact that they are laser cut,
right,
because you get that lovely dark edge to them, don't you?
Absolutely.
But they're just so delicate but strong.
Ah,
you know, they do bend, but they obviously you can break them, but it takes a little bit to break them, really. They're lovely. So beautiful. With these, I do love them as they are, but I am going to add some colour to them. Yeah. I want to cut this one out as well. There is a card that Jackie Jasper's made with lots of wording on it, and she's actually kept this wood surround, and she's used it as a border.
Let me find the sample. Is it
taken off the sort of connecting pieces, and she's used the frame, which is really clever.
Trying to find the sample, but I'm not.
It's got lots of words all over it. It's like a bit of a sort of sentiment card. Let's bring in some more colour. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the darker colour first, and just pat and stroke the chippies. Go with the darker one first, because you can with these oxide inks, can't you? I should let that dry. And then I want to go in with Victorian Velvet, sort of above, and leave this the darker tone. I do want to let that dry, but you can pat over with a lighter colour with the oxides. And then perhaps let that dry a little bit, and then add, I've got picket fence here.
Wow, you're brave of directing it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to add like a bit of a even lighter tinge to the top, which is good to do when it is dry because I've contaminated that.
I would never.
So I've got hearts and I've got these. I have used the bike as well. Yeah. So I've got some that I've already coloured. And they do dry a more dull colour.
Yeah, absorbs the ink and
So take all your elements. Yeah. That's right. And then I want to just wipe that surface.
Oh, I know. You know what this was? Can I grab it out?
Yeah,
you know
sure.
what I was thinking? If you have a picture, a photo, and you can overlay that over the picture, like creating a frame in there.
Yeah, put the frame underneath.
Shine beautiful.
Yeah,
you know,
that'd be lovely.
I think that would work so nice with just a picture. Yeah, love that.
Yeah, that'd be so nice.
Wouldn't it just?
Or even use like acetate or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, create like a shaker.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
So I've cut other panels and elements. I think this is from that wood piece again, and I've just cut a slice of the wood out, and I'm going to attach the bike to there. But before I do, I just think this is a little bit white.
Yeah.
So what I'd like to do is just colour it up, add a bit of colour actually to this, just to tone that down in certain areas because I think it's nice, sort of distressed. Add a bit of colour to that, and then I've got some white liquid glue just to add in spots on the back. And this is super delicate. That's it, just to add that onto there. That's it. Press that down, and then I add some detail to the top. So I'll add, I've got another panel that I'll put there.
Right, and it's perfect if you have the sentiment, which we have got loads in the bag, you know.
Yeah, it's just so lovely for the sentiments for your memory keeping.
And do you
options.
always use glue stick?
I love a glue stick. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's a lot drier glue, and it does give you sort of moving room as well.
Okay, yeah.
And I love to scratch bits off with my scalpel and just add bits under and everything. I love these arrows as well.
Oh yeah.
They just like send your eye shooting in different directions, don't they?
Sounds like that tells the eye, look at me, look at me. Yeah, it's like,
yeah. So, I mean, you can go to town with your like mixed media sort of style of work as well. I think these papers are great if you just want to cut elements and stick them down.
Everything you're using is into the smaller collection, which is still limited stock, so you still can grab it. But that includes the paper, the chippies, and the stencil, which is, of course, what you are using for this card.
So, you know, it goes with all your sort of work, however you want to work. I'm just layering up some hearts here, and I have a sentiment. I've cut out the be happy one because I do like cycling. I still like cycling, although I've fallen off my bike.
But you are all good now,
yeah. So I'm just gonna.
Last Saturday that you couldn't. No, not this Saturday. The Saturday before.
It was about 2 Saturdays ago. Yeah, we had to reschedule the show, didn't we? And then I like this element because this mimics the stencil, so I'd like to use that, but not all of it. I actually just want to cut. If I cut it in half carefully, then I want to use this piece.
Yeah.
You know, it just allows you to cluster up things. It's great, and then I can use that on something else. And then I just want to add a bit of more detail down here. So I've cut out this sort of border. Again, I've roughed the edges up. And this is just found on the bottom. There's a little strip at the bottom of the papers. You know, they use up every inch, don't they? And you can add these little bits, cut these little bits out. So, because I've already stuck that down, I just want to see if I can just skip it under there, just to add the bit of detail. You can now add this. I kind of created like a panel, but you can now add this, you know, on a craft card, or a card card base, but I actually want to add it to my...
Of course,
Add it
that's
to my
perfect. Your album.
Yes, yeah. So I might add it to this page here.
Yeah.
So I had a bit of glue on the back. And I have done another panel to match. So if I put that this side, because the arrow faces that way, and I've made it
goes to the center of the album.
I've made it slightly shorter so the craft page shows underneath. And actually, I don't know if I've got it here. What I have done is I've created my own sort of mask, which is actually the exact page size. Because once I've built this up, I want to know exactly what my page size is to put it over the paper and draw around and cut out.
So for me, it's like I would just do it by eye and then cut it.
Yeah,
like yourself.
Not a stencil, a template. I've just made my own template. So the other one that I've used with the lavender is this one. So I've made it similar.
Yeah.
I've used the top bit of that other element and another sentiment. So I'm going to place that one in there. And I just love the fact, the papers are so different and you can create different moods with them. Yeah,
that's true. They're going to have happy, more relaxed mood, that sort of, almost like lazy summer, early summer feel. Yeah,
exactly.
Love that. Thank you so much, Sue, for showing us gorgeous pages.